Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. How's it going? Oops. One second. Okay. Welcome to me and Tarot Card Puppy Banjo's weekly reading and drawing. My mom got me a new sketchbook, and I'm glad she did because I just finished my other one. These ones are a little bit bigger, which is fine. 7 by 10. Um, so yeah, I was really hoping, last week I didn't do the drawing on camera, so I'm hoping this week maybe that could happen. Um, and I don't see why not, um, considering I have plenty of room on my phone. Anyway, how's it going? I have a Bath and Body Works candle going. I saged a bit. It's there's a lot of flooding in Texas, and uh, I hear that people are really working hard to accommodate people of their needs, necessities, and stuff like that. I saw this article or this tweet that said Pinkerton's Barbecue is like helping with food delivery and stuff like that to those areas affected really badly. Um, with the Texas flooding, but if you're wondering, San Antonio did not get that flooding, did not get San Antonio at all. So anyway, what I'm saying is, Sage got a candle going. Tarot Card Puppet Banjo got his treats. They're peanut butter flavor, by the way. It's rained outside, so this is what I said we got going on today. I got my coffee right here, a full cup. It's like my second cup, I guess, if you can consider this one cup. I've got some little these little dum-dums that we got at the store. They're really inexpensive, and they're a nice little treat if you're I don't know, watching your weight, watching your figure. Those little dum-dums are nice for the sweet tooth cravings. Anyway, I wanted to get the flavor of the candle. 1 second. Okay, the flavor of the candle, the scent of the candle is hummingbird tea cake by Bath and Body Works, and I just decided to put some earrings on. My sister got me these. I don't think you'll see them. She got me these for my birthday. This most recent birthday. It's kind of hard for y'all to see them. I wish I would have saw them on the, or remembered I had them for my Instagram, for the makeup. But too little too late. But since I have a silver theme, I might as well wear my new silver koi fish earrings my sister Kim got me. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Benji, you ready? He's looking at me. That's good. Crow Tarot today. So, very serious again, I guess, as opposed to the Dog Tarot. I didn't think about a theme, so maybe we'll just flip a card and see where it goes. Anyway, happy Wednesday. Welcome. Hope you're comfortable. If you were here, I would offer you a lollipop. Me and Benja would. Okay, there's that. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I guess it's kind of hard to tell. I got all these stones here. I'm not really sure what they are. I know this is plum jasper. This is the green stone is the malachite, a kind of a fundamental kind of stone gem. I have this clear one, which might be a quartz. I think there's different types of quartz, but it might be a quartz. And then there's this, I call this my blue jean one, but it's like a navy blue stone. And then this white one. You can't draw, it's hard to tell. Those are the ones I got. And then I have this smooth black stone. Oh, when I put the light through it, it looks more brown. Anyway, those stones I got. If you know anything about them, feel free to let us know. Yeah, welcome. I guess we can go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. 1 second. Okay. So I'm thinking the 7-card spread. Y'all know I like the influences. Maybe the Crow Tarot. I don't have any problems seeing the Crow Tarot. I like the Crow Tarot too. Yeah, why don't we do the Crow Tarot? How does that sound? Sounds good to Benjo. You know, I have a little crow painting over here. I'm just gonna switch it out. Well, blackbird, crow, you know, if you're an artist, it could kind of be the same thing. Let me just put this over. I like this one. All the 4 sides are different. Anyway. Oh, in the back. I like the back. Anyway. I guess we'll go ahead and ready to get started. I just moved my little crow painting over here. It's kind of hard for you to see. Alright. I hope you had a good 4th of July celebrations, whatever y'all did. With the fireworks and stuff. Maybe you didn't have fireworks, but they're usually available on TV if you don't have them. So anyway, go ahead and get started. I don't see why not. I guess you're not going to see all the crow here. Benj is enjoying this treat. Anyway, okay. Let's go ahead and see our Crow Tarot. First card in the Crow Tarot is the Heart Energy. And as you may know, is either can be temporary, transient, or your heart energy that's very much static, definite. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Jess has been real loud, but she's gonna go to Michael's for her job soon. So, heart energy, transient, temporary, or could also, which is usually like a warning, something that maybe you need to look out for, maybe something that's targeting you, I guess, in a way. Or that could be your permanent heart energy. Yeah, so let's take a look and see what we got. The reverse Ten of Cups. I just got this one this morning and I read it, and poof, the description is gone. Okay, so there's disconnect going on. This Ten of Cups is usually a lot to do with your home life and your family. Upright is very positive, right? It's a very positive looking card. But this reverse Ten of Cups is a disharmonious home life, usually with the family. So I would say this would probably be a temporary energy, transient energy, and yeah, yeah, heart energy, not so good. But as far as the cups, water, and emotions, feelings, love, maybe even psychic energy, which can mean a lot of different things to different people depending on who you ask. It could just mean like your connection with nature, and maybe your gut instinct, like your connection to your gut instinct. Sometimes you just have like a gut instinct and you know what to do. This would be suggesting, as far as interfering with psychic energy and stuff like that, would probably be you don't feel like you have that inner voice or that gut feeling, directing you and guiding you where to go. So today, this week, our heart energy seems to be a bit unsure, um, a bit of vulnerability, and I guess disconnect. I hate to use that word, especially if like that's what's going on. Um, a disconnect can be very much kind of defeating, right? And maybe not something we might want to hear, considering this reverse Ten of Cups we have here in the heart energy. So I would say we have this uh, a place where we don't really feel the safety net to be ourselves. Um, and I would say maybe you feel that way towards a family member or someone who you consider to be family, somebody really close to you or yourself. You feel maybe that there's a space where you don't have that safety net and the safety to be vulnerable and show yourself your gut instinct and your connection to nature, and therefore your emotions and feelings might be a little feel a bit imbalanced, maybe not in the right spot, so a bit out of sorts, I guess, but it's a good thing it's our temporary heart energy today. So we've got the present as a platform for the future. And that is the Three of Cups. This is very interesting. Um, this Three of Cups is very pleasant. Again, we have the water element. Um, these three crows. This is I guess very how I see this Three of Cups is I'm Catholic. I go to a Catholic church when I go, and they always have holy water at the when you enter and exit. You're supposed to use the holy water and make the sign of the cross whenever you enter and exit the church. Um, but I see this card kind of like that. So I guess this Three of Cups is these are very happy crows, and they're all friends and they're all getting along and stuff like that. So as far as what I'm trying to say with the holy water, I would say there's a lot of tradition going on. This is a very pleasant card. So as far as emotions go, I would say that our gut instinct and our inner voice and psychic energy that emotions and feelings may follow, at least how I'm talking about it in today's reading, um, would probably be here with this Three of Cups and a present. So uh, maybe this is a present can just be like mentally, like more like a meditation, a kind of definition for present than maybe like past, present, and future. Um, so yeah, you have a truth garland and you have this little pear tree over here, and these three crows are just happy to have their cups and hanging out with each other with some flowers. And yeah, just kind of a watercolor kind of vibe to there, which of course I don't mind. There's a watercolor vibe, I guess, to this Three of Cups, and then the Four of Cups is a watercolor vibe too. Um, so whatever's happening with our heart energy right now, we do have, which is temporary and transient, non-permanent, something that has, for lack of a better word, taken a hold of our heart energy. We have something right here, this Three of Cups, in this present card placement, where we can go for all of that. So that's great. Let's see what the advice and what the advice or something holding us back is. The Eight of Swords reversed. This is very interesting. Usually, I like this card. Usually, upright. It says a different meaning than how I interpret this card. I'm going to read the description by the creator really quick. So this Eight of Swords is a bit like the Wheel of Fortune card, um, as far as the description goes. Um, a bit like the Wheel of Fortune card in the sense that you're going to go through hardships, but eventually the wheel is going to turn and you're going to be able to benefit from those hardships that you had to go through. Um, so this Eight of Swords, it says, the description in the book is there's a lot of limiting beliefs. These swords and this kind of ribbon wrapped around the crow represents self-doubt, a prisoner of your own limiting beliefs. Um, and to listen to your inner voice and inner guide, and to help you see through these hardships, whether they be self-imposed or not. And this reversed, the description is that the hardships are ending, and you've learned your lessons from the hardships, and things are looking up. Um, which I think is not a bad interpretation for this card. Um, I see this card is the Eight of Swords. I like the sword, the air element, and I like the number 8. Um, and so most of the time, I always see that as good luck. I like I see these swords not as limiting self beliefs, but as protection. Um, where is this crow? This crow is kind of like high up in the sky somewhere. We don't know where this crow is. But this crow has 8 swords and a ribbon covering herself or himself. Um, and so I see something very positive. Um, for the description to be limiting beliefs, I would say that as far as trying to understand the meaning of the card, and as a tarot card reader, my interpretation would be this might be holding us back, but maybe the situation is such where that's what's called for. Um, it's instead of a full steam ahead all the time, maybe having to deal with the safety net issue that I was referring to with this reverse Ten of Cups over here. We have this kind of safety net of foundation. I guess the advice is very stabilizing. Sometimes with this water and with the emotions and this air, with the intellect and mind, things can get away from you, and you can just kind of um, uh, not have a proper foundation, and things can go awry. You can kind of get lost in your thoughts and stuff like that. One second. Sorry. Anyway, so I would say this reversed Eight of Swords is probably something that is for this Ten of Cups here. And as far as maybe mental chatter and anxiety, there might be a lot of ways in which I'm going to use these words like anxiety and stuff, but I don't mean like the clinical version. I just mean like a concept of anxiety. I really like the elements, the symbolism of the elements, and I really understand them. So I'm explaining how I interpret these elements and all of that correctly. But when I say these things like anxiety and stuff like that, I don't mean like the clinical term for it. I just mean the concept of anxiety is usually you have a lot of mental chatter, and not all of it is useful. Um, and that mental chatter could affect your physiology, right? Um, me being an air element, I'm over here drinking coffee all the time. I always drink coffee. The caffeine always has that kind of upper kind of element to it. So I would say that this Eight of Swords and this kind of mental chatter uh, is something that I kind of invite a lot. Um, as far as these cups we've got going on here, gut instinct, psychic energy connection, and stuff like that. I would say that this Eight of Swords wrapped up in this air is a good thing. As somebody who enjoys the air element, who I embrace this kind of mental chatter and what's there next to think about? Is there this overthinking something is probably not how a description that I would use very often. Um, so anyway, this limiting self beliefs as far as not thinking, pausing, trying to clear your head might be frustrating to somebody who's very much an air element. So this limiting kind of beliefs here that are self-imposed as far as the advice, and probably something holding us back, but in a positive way, I would say. Uh, as far as what are the ways, where's the inertia going, and maybe how can it be redirected, and stuff like that. So a positive card, I think, uh, even though maybe if you're not an air element, it might be a little intimidating. It might be a little much. But this, like I said, if so, I see these swords and this ribbon wrapped around the crow in a very positive way. Safety and security is what I see in that card. So it looks like we have this temporary heart energy. We have a place to go where we're not bombarded by this kind of lack of safety net, this kind of disconnect going on. So, whatever the problem is, I think it's very interesting that maybe it's described in that way. Um, for the water, emotions and feelings and dreams and stuff like that. Um, so I would say this reversed Eight of Swords is very positive for us. The description in the book says the reversed Eight of Swords means hardships are ending. So that's good. I think as far as this Ten of Cups being reversed, being temporary, I think this reversed Eight of Swords restates that and echoes that. Um, so for some reason, we're feeling a bit non-harmonious, imbalanced. We have this Three of Cups over here, and we have this Eight of Swords here, which I think, again, is very powerful and defensive. And so for this to be reversed, I think probably that's a bit more unique, a bit more maybe a unconventional way of approaching matters. And yeah, let's see what our hopes and fears are. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords usually denotes a kind of a trickster, kind of thievery type of situation. Somebody's trying to get away with something, and in not a very positive way. Um, so I would say that this would not be something that we hope for. But seeing as our heart energy right now is temporary, transient here, I would say whatever is our temporary is has a hold of our heart energy is probably hoping for this Seven of Swords here. So I would say as far as hopes and fears go, there's a bit of chaos going on. And with this Eight of Swords, I would say it probably wouldn't be a problem. Um, this Eight of Swords seems to have, again, not overthought anything. And whatever this Seven of Swords kind of a trickery, going on. Um, I would say is the hopes and fears. So yeah, that's highlighted there. Let's see our grounding energy. The Three of Pentacles. Well, this is just great. We have a really positive three theme going on here. As far as overthinking things, this Pentacle Earth element, I would say probably would use that word a lot, maybe. Um, but this Three of Pentacles is about teamwork, which is communication and stuff like that. Um, and effort, I guess mutual effort. Sometimes you're on a team and one person doesn't put as much effort, whether it be, um, through work or of feelings and a thought. It's not good. But here it's really great. Our grounding energy is the upright Three of Pentacles. You see the cherry blossoms and the little cherries there too. Um, but yeah, this grounding Three of Pentacles is really great. Um, so I would say the cold kind of element is might be helpful um, for some reason. Um, maybe ice cold water. It might be a bit grounding for you instead of maybe a hot cup of coffee. Um, as far as trying to help this unfortunate disconnect going on, maybe that might be helpful. But this Three of Pentacles is very positive. It's about teamwork, a very harmonious team, and putting in the work and effort. Um, are you? I like this Three of Pentacles. I think a lot about the Cat Tarot. It's about getting out of a box and getting the treats out of the box, and so you have to be very intuitive and very what is it called? Resourceful of what you have around you. Um, but with that being said, I think it's interesting. Our grounding energy is this kind of imagery of snow and the winter time. And unfortunately, our non grounding energy is this rainbow. Um, so I would say, as far as that imagery, and maybe judging a book by its cover, is maybe the work of this Seven of Swords up here. Um, but yeah, a quietness, a steadiness. So if maybe you do feel mentally fatigued, there's going to be a grounding area for you if maybe that happens. So let's see our past. The Knight of Swords. This is just great. We have a really strong past. This Knight of Swords is quite similar to the Knight of Wands. This kind of running, you got this songbird here, and they're just really in tune. Um, so again, it really again echoes, restates that this reverse Ten of Cups is temporary. I'm just going to read it really quick because when I see these cards, I see the imagery and I just get that, like, okay, good. But maybe that doesn't happen with y'all. Maybe reading the description might be have that effect. Okay, this one's very interesting. He's rushing into battle. That's what he's doing. And there's actually two songbirds, a crow and two other birds. Rushing into battle, uh, pushing past all those who get in his way. Enthusiasm and energy, something that you're excited about. Um, this swirling energy around you cannot be stopped. And also, says, don't cut any corners or make any hasty decisions, but that's, that's fine. Um, so very positive past. So whatever's happening to our heart energy is extremely temporary, and it seems that we have all the resources to get past this very transient energy taking a hold of our heart, making us feel disconnected and unbalanced. So let's go ahead and see the external openings or uninvited energy. The Five of Cups upright. I think we got this card last week maybe, depending on when you're watching this video. But this Five of Cups here is, I would say, uninvited energy. A lot of waste going on. A twofold kind of waste. So whatever's happening with this water element, so with the air element, I usually say like anxiety, again, not the clinical term, just the concept. And with this water element, I would say more depression. Again, not the clinical description, definition, but just the concept. And it's really much stated in this Five of Cups, the little crow there. So yeah, I would say whatever's happening with this home life, which I'm very happy about. This pentacle as our grounding energy down here. But whatever's temporary happening with our home life, I would say is not very smart. They have the Seven of Swords here, and we have the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So instead of maybe processing, this Five of Cups can be, instead of processing in an intellectual air element way, they process a lot through the water element, their emotions. So this external energy, uninvited openings, is going to be, I would say, not emotionally intelligent. They're going to fall back on emotions of people, which is probably why they're here. I guess I'll see y'all in part 2. This video is about to end. So yeah, see y'all in part 2.